Hey guys, welcome back. Today I thought I would show you guys my current everyday makeup routine because it's been a little bit, I think it's been a couple of months since I filmed my last current everyday makeup routine video. And this is the makeup look that I do on the weekends when I want to wear a little more makeup but I don't want to look too overdone. Or maybe throughout the week if I have a little bit more time to get ready before I go to work or just, want to look a little more put together. This is the makeup look that I've been currently wearing. The first thing that I have been doing with my makeup is I have been priming my face. And if you guys watch my videos a lot, you all know that I don't use primers on a regular basis, but lately I've really been loving the POREfessional by Benefit primer. And the reason why I like this is because it fills in my pores and it also helps my foundation to go on more smooth. If you want a drugstore alternative to this one, I like the Maybelline Baby Skin as well. This one is just slightly different. It has a little bit of a tint to it, and it has a scent to it. This has a fresh, light fresh scent to it, but they basically do the same thing. I have a lot of acne scarring right here around my mouth, so that's another reason why I've been using primer a lot, just to kind of fill in those places where I have acne scarring. This Benefit POREfessional, it's slightly more moisturizing than the Maybelline one, but like I said, I do enjoy both of them. I have been getting back into my Urban Decay Naked Skin foundation. I repurchased this foundation in, I guess a month or so ago. Well, I don't even think it was that long ago. I guess it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Probably by the time this video is up though, it will have been a month ago. I repurchased it whenever Sephora was having their VIB Rouge sale. And the shade that I was using was shade 1, but I picked up shade 2 because I guess this summer, since I kind of, laid out a little bit, went swimming and went on vacation, I got a tan. And so I'm not as pale as I was last winter. But I'm just going to go ahead and squirt a couple of pumps of this on the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to dot it on my face and then go in with my Real Technique sponge and blend out this foundation. I just start out with my cheek area and chin first, and then I'll go in my forehead and my nose. I usually save my nose for last whenever I put foundation on. But I love this foundation. I know that I've talked about it a lot recently. Well, maybe not a lot, but I talked about it in that haul video. But it's definitely my favorite high-end foundation. It just gives good medium coverage. You can build it up. Right here around my mouth, I like to add just a little more coverage here. I always find that I need some more coverage. So it's a good buildable foundation. And it looks really natural on the skin. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that or heavy. It just looks really nice and natural. So it's a great everyday foundation. I have been using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Vanilla. I also picked this up at Sephora whenever they had the VIB Rouge sale. And then I'm just going to blend in that NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer with my Real Technique sponge. And this concealer is amazing. It has such great coverage. It's moisturizing. And as long as you set it with an Undereye Setting Powder, I just poke myself right in the eye, you shouldn't have any issues with it creasing at all. It's also a great concealer for the face too. So I'm going to take a little bit of this concealer and also just run it down the center of my nose. Put some up here on my forehead just to kind of highlight my face a little bit. Right here on my Cupid's bow and a little bit here on my chin. And then to set this foundation, I'm going to use my all-time favorite L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the shade Soft Ivory with my e.l.f. Kabuki brush. I feel like you guys know the drill on this because I use it in every makeup tutorial that I do. But it's just my favorite face powder. It's just awesome. If you guys have yet to try this, you need to try it out. Like, it's not powdery. It has great coverage. I don't know. It's just an awesome face powder. And then I'm going to use my e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder to set my under eye concealer. This is another one of those products that I mention all the time in my videos. You guys probably get sick of it. It keeps your under eye concealer from creasing, and it just brightens up the under eye area too. And then I'm going to go ahead and set everything with a makeup setting spray. And lately I have been using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. And I have been loving this makeup setting spray a little more than my Urban Decay All Nighter makeup setting spray. I still love the Urban Decay one, but for some reason I just find recently that this e.l.f. one has been working better for me. Like, it feels a little more moisturizing on my skin. Sometimes the Urban Decay one dries my skin out, especially in the fall and winter time. But this one is really moisturizing. So if you have really dry skin this time of the year, and makeup setting sprays, if they tend to dry your skin out, definitely give this one a try because it is awesome. And I don't have any issues with it drying out my face. So I'm just going to go ahead and mist this on. I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Eyebrow Duo brush, and I'm just going to use the little spoolie side to just brush through my eyebrows. Next, I'm going to go in with my Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit, and this is in the color Light. And I'm going to go in with the bottom brown in this palette. And I'm going to get some of this powder on the opposite side of this duo brush, like on the angled brush side. And first, I'm just going to fill in the bottom side of my eyebrows. Just to kind of trace that out, and then I will go back with my Anastasia Brow Wiz to just make sure that it's filled in really precise here underneath my brows. I just find that recently if I really define the underside of my brows, it just makes everything look a lot better. And then I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Chocolate, and I'm just going to go over where I put that powder product. It just kind of gives me like a guideline, and this also just defines it that much more. And then I'm just going back in with my Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit with some more of that powder at the very bottom, and I'm just going to fill out the top part of my brows. For some reason, this brow on the left, it works better if I work backwards with it than to go like front. I would say that like my brows is the one thing that I struggle with when it comes to like my makeup looks. I've been trying to improve with them over the past few months, but brows are hard. They are like some of the hardest things I feel like to do. And then I'm just going to go back and kind of fill in the sparse areas with this powder. And then right here in the front part of my brow, I didn't add any extra like powder or anything to this angled brush, but I just kind of flick upwards like this to kind of blend a little bit of that product through the front of my brows. But like I said, I don't want it to be too heavy. And then I'm just going to go back with the spoolie side and just brush through my brows just to make sure everything's blended really nice and doesn't look too harsh. I will go in with my Benefit Gimme Brow in the color, I forget what the color, medium deep. I want to say medium dark whenever I talk about this, but it's medium deep. And I'm just going to use this to set my brows into place. And this is just a tinted brow gel, and it also has like little fibers in it that help to make your brows look a little fuller. I love this product. I know I told you guys that in my haul video because I also picked this up in the haul, but I just love it. I just feel like it makes brows just look really nice. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with my Milani eyeshadow primer. And then while this stuff is drying, because you're supposed to let this primer dry for 30 seconds to a minute before you put eyeshadow on it, I will go in with like my bronzer and stuff and do that before I do my eyeshadows. But you all know that I love this primer. I talk about it quite a bit here on my channel. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with that. I'm going to go in with my NARS bronzer in Laguna, and this is that limited edition one that I showed you guys in that haul. This is the Tahiti bronzer Laguna, and it has, sorry, I'm like blinding you guys with the mirror. It has like a baby Ita brush with it, so I'm just going to go in with that first and just contour a little bit. Which I have been enjoying this little brush for contouring. Like, I really like it. It makes me want to go and buy like the big one, but this thing works so good I don't know that I would, just because I know that that larger brush is pretty expensive. And then I put just a little bit of bronzer down the side of my nose, not much. Like, this brush is awesome for like contouring your nose. And then to bronze up my face, I've been using my Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer in the color Ticket to Brazil. And I just go in with my e.l.f. powder brush to apply this. And I just blend out where I put that contour and just bronze up my cheeks. And then I'll bronze up like my temples and nose and jawline. Just like the places where you would normally bronze your face up. And I really enjoy this bronzer. On some people, it may be a little too warm toned or a little too orangey, but on me, it's not. I don't find that it looks orange at all on me. It's a good bronzer for people that are more on the fair side and have like a warm skin tone. So yeah. For my eyeshadow, lately I have been using my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, and I've had this palette for like a year or so, and I don't tend to use it a whole lot. Like, I'll tend to just use my Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit like on an everyday basis for eyeshadow, but I have been using this one a little more, and I don't even think I have filmed any videos using this, so I figured I would use it today in this video. Especially since I have been using it on an everyday basis. First, I'm just going to go in with the E55 brush, and I'm going to get some of this W.O.S. shade, this color right here, on this brush. And I'm just going to put this color here on my eyelid. And if you don't have this Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, you can just use any similar shade that I'm using. This is just like a matte flesh tone, like light bone kind of color, ivory color. Then I'm going to go in with the E40 brush and Naked 2, which is just a matte mid-tone brown. I'm just going to put that color here in the crease. And I'm just kind of pointing this brush upward like that, not like down into the crease, but like up into the crease. So I'm going to go in with this matte dark brown color in Faint, or just like a matte brown color, and the Pencil E30 brush by Sigma. And I'm going to use this color here on the lower lash line. Like, I've been doing like a really heavy color on the lower lash line. And then like with this, I've been kind of extending it up like this and also kind of extending it down like that. So it's kind of like a line. And then I'm going to go back in with some more of this faint color on the E25 blending brush. And I'm just going to work this here in the outer V. Just kind of connecting from the bottom to the crease. And then I'm just going to go back with a little bit more of Naked 2 and the E40 brush. And I'm just going to blend the crease a little more. For my brow bone highlight and my inner corner highlight, I am going to go back with my Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit. And the highlight shade in this palette, you all know how much I love this highlight shade. It is just such a beautiful highlight. I just love it. It's so pretty. I'm just going to put a little bit of this color here on my brow bone. And then I'm going to pop some in the inner corner, which I do put quite a bit of this color in the inner corner of my eye. Then I'm just going to go in with my Fergie Wet n Wild On Edge Long Ring Eye Pencil in the color Space Cake. And I'm going to line my waterline with that. And I'm also going to line my tight line. For my mascara, I'm going to use a combination of my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes and the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara on my upper lashes. And then on my lower lash line, I'm just going to be using my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. So now I'm just going in with a coat of the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Like if I happen to get any like mascara on my eyelids, I just go back with like a Q-tip and just wipe that off after like my mascara has dried. So I'm just going to touch up the eyeshadow where I kind of wiped it off. I'll just take my metal eyelash curler and heat it up with my blow dryer for like a second. And then I'll just curl my eyelashes up. And I wait until my mascara is completely dry to do this. So if you're going to do this, be sure to do that. Because if not, you will pull out eyelashes. And then, I don't know if you're really going to be able to see much of a difference. But this eye, hopefully you can tell that the lashes look a little more curled up than this one. And then I just do that to the other eye. And then sometimes I just go back with the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes and just kind of press it into the base of my lashes. I don't know, it just makes that bottom part, or like the base of my lashes, just look thicker and darker if I do that after I curl my lashes up. And then I will go in with my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara and put that on my lower lashes. I just always do this step at the end because if you do it before, your lashes can get kinked up in the eyelash curler, the bottom lashes. So it's better if you just wait until you get done curling your lashes to do this step. For my highlight, I have been in love with my Becca Jaclyn Hill palette thing. Oh, I about dropped it. Oh, that would have been terrifying. This is the Champaign Glow Pressed. Wait a minute. It's the Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Champagne Glow. Hopefully you can still get this on Sephora. I don't know. It may be sold out, so I feel bad to even be mentioning this, but I have to mention it because I love it so much. And I'm also going to include it in my favorites, which my favorites video is probably already up. But yeah, I just have been in love with this. I love all the colors. My favorite right now has been Pearl. I just think it looks so beautiful, and that's what I'm going to use today to highlight my cheekbones. Like, it is just so beautiful on pale skin, and it goes really nice with that highlight, the brow bone highlight. Which, if you can't find this palette and you want to get like this shade, the e.l.f. Baked highlighter in the color Moonlit Pearls is very similar to this color. So just try to get that one if you can't get this palette. If you want to use a shade that's similar to that. And then I will put some of this down the center of my face, right here on my Cupid's bow, right here on my chin. For my everyday blush, I have been using this Smashbox Blush Rush in the color Flush. It's just a really pretty light baby doll pink, and it does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but it just looks so pretty and glowy on the cheeks. I'm just going to use like a dampened Q-tip to get like this foundation off of my lips. And then I'll go ahead and apply my lipstick. So for my lipstick, I've been using this Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in the color Primrose. It's just a really pretty everyday pink color. And then I have been topping that lipstick with this Buxom lip gloss. And this was like a little sample that I got from Sephora. And this is in the color Pink Lady. And it's just a really pretty, just like baby doll pink. And so I've just been topping that lipstick with this. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my makeup with the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set again, just to make sure everything is set really nice. I hope that you guys did enjoy my current everyday makeup routine. I know in this tutorial I did use a lot more high-end makeup. Since I did make that huge Sephora purchase, I have been using all those products that I bought. So yeah, I hope maybe this gave you like an idea of some good high-end products to try out. But yeah, I hope that you guys, like I said, I hope that you guys did enjoy this. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, or let me know down in the comments. And I hope that you guys have a great week, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye, guys. Mwah.